currently 11:26 at night, January 1st, 2025, and I just finished my first pull day of the year. This is my new split. I've been doing a bro split for the last 2 years, and honestly, I think it's time I switch and start focusing on locking in a split. My main goal for this year is to be as shredded as possible while maintaining good muscle mass and just overall size. Right now I'm sitting at about 173 pounds. I would say somewhere around 20% body fat. I don't know how accurate that is, but today is the first video of the what I'm gonna call it as the year of shred, just to give it a name. Alright, so the first thing I like to do for my back day is a plate loaded reverse grip pull down. I prefer to do these single-handed because I feel like I get a better stretch and a better contraction in my lat. What I like to do, as you can see here, is I will lean towards the side that I am hitting. So I'll lean to the left if I'm doing my left arm, left side of my back, and lean to the right if I'm doing the right side of my back. But I typically start off light with about 1 plate and then move into 2 plates, as you can see here. For me, I like to do 1 set rather light, and then I'll move into 2 working sets, which a working set is the weight that you're actually trying to use as your set, and it's not just a warm-up. So yeah, I typically try to go to failure for those, and then I'll move on to a pull down. Typically I'll use a mag grip, but someone else was using it, so I went and just did, I don't know what grip this is called, but it's a wider grip with the ends are angled, as you can tell. And so I just use this, and the goal here is you want to pull to about your nipple line, and I like to puff my chest up as big as I can get it, and then pinch my back together. And then as you can see here, I'm using the mag grip. So I did 2 sets with the straight bar, and then I use the mag grip. Honestly, I prefer the mag grip a little more just because it's kind of an angled neutral grip. It's just follow the same principles, get your chest high and get a nice stretch towards the top of your movement. For here, I think I stayed at about 115 to 130 pounds. Did about 3-4 sets. Just gonna make sure I can feel my back. Got a little bit of a pump, so I'm gonna see what I can do there. And at the very end, I went and did 1 more set of a closer grip pull down, so I can feel the stretch in a little different area of my back. I want to say I lowered the weight for these just a little bit, just so I could feel it a little better. But overall, this is one of my favorite movements. And then I moved on to a single arm row. Typically I would use 2 arms, do both at the same time. But when I do both sitting on the seat, I don't get a good enough stretch or contraction. So I decided to do a single arm where I'm sitting behind the bench, where I'm kneeling, just so I can hold myself down so I'm not flying forward. But I kind of use the same principle as I do with the reverse grip pull downs, as to where I like to lean over the side that I'm using. And then I'll start in kind of like a neutral hand grip position, and then I'll rotate it ever so slightly. And then towards the end of my movement, I will twist using my my waist, just twist so I can get more of a contraction there. And then I like to use my other hand to kind of squeeze the muscle, just so I can feel it work. And then with these, I like to do the same thing, where I'm starting kind of light, then moving into 2 working sets. Here I'm doing a cable pull down. For this, I like to start at around 90 pounds or so, and then move up to around 120. Kind of same thing, 1 light set, then 2-3 working sets. For this one, I like to stick around 12 reps, 12 to 15, and then squeeze it towards the bottom of my movement. You want to pull towards more of a crescent shape and pull into your waist, into your hips. I like to keep my elbows bent, not exactly at a 90-degree angle, just a little bit over that. And then after that, I went into a preacher curl, as I've finished with my back movements for the day. I have a longer bicep, and so for me, I don't like to go crazy heavy. I kind of stick around 70 to 90 pounds on the preacher curl machine. Just kind of focusing on the contraction at the top, and then the slow eccentric on the way down. And then after that, I went into just a alternating, just regular bicep curl. Started off with some 30s. Just had to check the pump real quick, And then after that, I moved into, I supersetted those regular curls with some hammer curls. I did 30s the first time, but then I ended up switching to 25s just so I could feel my bicep contract a little better.
Shaking the room from the back to the center, making you move to the track, you surrender. Body scrunching your face, close as we enter. Shaking the room from the back to the center, making you move to the track, you surrender. Body scrunching your face, close up, the bass goes boom as we enter. Body scrunching your face, close up, cause the bass goes. Shaking the room from the back to the center, making you move to the track, you surrender. Shaking the room from the back to the center, while you're scrunching your face closed up, cause the bass goes. Shaking the room from the back to the center, making you move to the track, you surrender. Shaking the room from the back to the center.
Alright, so after I finish my pull day, which actually, after I finish my workout in general, I'll typically tend to do cardio for around 20 to 30 minutes, sticking to just kind of a walking pace. I don't want to overdo it and get all hot and sweaty. But I've been having this thought lately, with it being 2025 now, and everyone's got their New Year's resolutions. It had me thinking, what really is the difference between 2024 and 2025? And honestly, I don't actually think there is a difference. I just think everyone likes to make New Year's resolutions just to feel good and to feel that they're going to actually accomplish something different than they have in the last year, whether that be a mental goal or a physical goal or a business goal or a spiritual goal, something like that. I think everyone's like, oh, this is a great idea. I'm going to see if I'm going to make this idea, because the 2025 is going to be brand new. There's going to be so many more opportunities, so many more just situations that they're going to be put into. And I think people get caught up in the fact that it's 2025 and not the fact that the day is just as long as it was in 2024. You're going to go to bed the same way. You're going to wake up the same way. There's really not a difference. The difference really just is your mindset. And I was just thinking about that because I know a lot of people like to make their New Year's resolutions. And that's just a thought that I've been having recently. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, there will be content more like it. The goal is to, my New Year's resolution. No, I'm just kidding. But my goal is to do about one of these a week. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe and like the video, and you can follow me on all my other socials. But thank you all for watching.